What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We're back for another Modern League with Bogles. Sorry about not getting the recording out for yesterday. But yeah, I just entered the league with a different deck, and then there wasn't much I could do. I didn't have the time to record a whole league and all of that. But yeah, here we are now. So I was mostly happy with how my deck performed over last weekend, where I got like 2 4-1s in a row with the list. That was like real-time 4-1s as well. So really pleased with that. But I have, however, decided to tinker in the name of science and change some things up. So I got rid of the 2 Spirit Mantles for 2 All That Glitters. I didn't really feel like the evasiveness was that super necessary. And All That Glitters obviously offers you copies 5 and 6 of Ethereal Armor, essentially. Because of that, I upped my Griff Spoon by 1, so it went from 3 to 4, and my Spider Umbra went from 3 down to 2 copies. Other than that, we still got play sets of the usual Ethereal Armor, Hyena Umbra, Rancor, and Daybreak. We got 3 copies of the Sentinel's Eyes, 2 copies of the Path, and 3 copies of Core. Hey Pay, how you doing, man? How's your day been? What's going on? Just waking up, I assume? Sideboard wise, we've still got the Decide in there for Heliod combo. The Rest in Peace in there for graveyard type decks. Move that down there, make it easier. Seal of Primordium is a recurable artifact and enchantment destruction effect via Lurus. We've then got the 2 Force of Vigors, 3 Gadok Teeg for Tron, and the 4 Leyline of Sanctities for good measure. Alright, let's get into a league, guys. Now it wants me to play the Azura's deck. Oh god, man. Don't do this to me, Magic Online. What are you doing to me, man? Alright. So we'll jump in, we'll hit play. Change this to that. Cool. And I'll just save and export a deck list, and we'll be good to get started. Oh, and then I have to update my Stream Decker as well. Gotcha. Cool, that is updated. And update stream info. No, it's 13 PM here, so it's about 1 PM here, but you finish the class right now. Okay, cool. So is that you done for the day and you've gone home now, Pay? Alright, here we are for match number 1, everyone. We lost to Dyrol versus Ice. And that means we're going to be on the draw. I think this is a little weak for a hand on the draw. I'm going to mulligan it and look for something with a hexproof creature. This obviously looks better. We'll bottom a Griff Spoon and we'll get into it. Keep the double hexproof creature there in case we're versing a Thoughtseize deck. They're not that common at the moment, but you always want to play around it. Alright, looks like we're versing Amulet Titan. We draw Rancor, which is a good aggressive card. Excuse me. Usually in this matchup I like to keep my flying secret for as long as possible, as long as I can. Opponent with Amulet into Castle into Explore, and they potentially get to play a 3rd land here. Turn Timber, got it. Alright, that's mostly tame turn. These auras are like super iffy though. We have no totem armor here. And our most aggressive aura is Rancor, which is fine, but you want it backed up with Ethereal Armor or Daybreak Coronet. A virtual class? Yeah, sweet. Studying from home is the way. When I was at university here, going back like 5 years, I would have loved to have studied from home. That would have been amazing. It's not something our lecturers really wanted to allow that much. They wanted people in person so that they felt like they were teaching an actual class, things like that. Okay, Summoner's Pact. Azusa. Anyone else think we're dead here? Primeval Titan. Getting those lands in untapped. Activating that Slayer's Stronghold. Getting that haste. Attacking for 1,000,000. Oh, buddy. Not a bad turn 3. Not a bad turn 3 on the play. I mean, even if we were on the play, we didn't have a chance here. We're just like dead as. Dead as. What were you studying again, Pay? Because I remember you work as a lifeguard, right? In Spain. But I can't remember what you said you were studying. You said you volunteered doing some coaching for soccer, though, for younger players. I'm not sure. Is soccer locked down over there? Is like exercise locked down in Spain? But yeah, when I was at university, I actually did a Bachelor of Health Sciences. I was wanting to go into physiotherapy, and then my grades just weren't good enough, so I pretty much gave up on that lot. Accepted that wasn't going to happen. God. Goodness gracious. I mean, maybe if we rip like Daybreak Coronet off the top and he doesn't have access to Dryad of Elysian Grove, maybe, but he probably preempts that. Gets Summoner's Pact here off of the Talaria West. And then transmutes it for a second. Yeah, second gets it off the gets the Summoner Pact off the Talaria West. Then he needs to 4 mana, and then he can Dryad of Elysian Grove next turn, which will all be fine and easy. Continue to train your children with soccer, but now you're doing a course of unemployment on web development. Okay. Web development's sweet. I mean, I can't say I really understand web coding or anything like that, or any sort of coding. I've seen people designing websites before, and it's a whole bunch of numbers and letters that don't make a bunch of sense to me. Don't make any sense whatsoever. Daybreak or bust. Cool. I don't want to show my opponent anything more. We're very obviously dead here. Alright, let's fix up this display. Alright, so all the cards we want. We want our Artifact and Enchantment Destruction that comes in. We want Decide that also kills our opponent's Dryad of Elysian Grove. Dryad of Elysian Grove is a big problem in this matchup. And that's all for cards to bring in. I mean, then we need to look at cards to side out, and there's not actually that much we want to side out. I actually think usually we want like Evasion here, but I actually think Griftspoon's probably our weakest aura. Then like a Sentinel's Eyes, and then maybe Decide's just a little bit weak and slow. And oh, we've sided out too many. What's going on? Alright, Griftspoon, sorry, Sentinel's Eyes and Decide can come back in, and that's fine. We'll run that one. Are there any particular sort of sites you want to design, Pay? So that thing is sort of annoying me. Oh, I can't. Can I not adjust that at the moment, or is that because I've got that in there? Yeah, haha. All right, we make it bigger there. Look at us go. We're working it out. I've been trying for ages to convert everything. We need a mulligan, there's no forest. Trying for ages to convert everything over to Streamlabs so that I can dual screen on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And it's not quite worked out the best. I've been running into a whole bunch of issues, like trying to convert things across and everything. But I think we're finally there. I think we're finally at a spot where I've worked everything out. Okay, so this isn't too bad. We mulligan to 6, bottom the Dryad Arbor. We've got a 2-land hand here with Bogle, Vigilance, Totem Armor, and Seal of Primordium, which can destroy either Amulet or Dryad of Elysian Grove. So, hand is good. See what it does for us. Opponent has mulligan to 5. The main thing I need to do with this whole overload right now is I need to switch to a narrower camera frame and things like that. Because as it is, and then I need to restack the whole like sub and everything. Could probably stack that on top of itself and make it look a little bit clean. Good find. It's most mana efficient to all that glitters here, so that's what I'm doing. If we draw a land next turn, we can Sentinel's Eyes plus Seal of Primordium, which is pretty good, or Spider Umbra plus Seal of Primordium, which means attack for 4. So we sort of missed out on 1 point of damage this turn, but we should hopefully get it back next turn while playing safely. Alright, we just draw Rancor. Rancor seems good. So we had Rancor, we'll go Spider Umbra, and we'll attack. Guess my opponent can have Force of Vigor here. Need a... Actually, playing Spider Umbra is bad if he has the Force of Vigor. I should have played the Sentinel's Eyes over the Spider Umbra there, I think. Just to really weaken down that Force of Vigor. Alright, we'll attack. Hopefully he doesn't block. If he does block, we can sack and kill the Dryad of Elysian Grove in response. If not, we get that 1 extra juicy point of damage in. Destroy that Dryad. I'm not stupid. It's not staying on the battlefield. Definitely not. Summoner's Pact, sure. Primeval Titan, sure. Okay, so you get a big fat Primetime, you get 2 extra lands. You probably need to bounce the Castle Garenbrig. He's not played a land yet this turn. He's also not played an Amulet or anything. So probably bounce land and Talaria West would be my guess. Or maybe he just gets like Valakut and... Radiant Fountain's an interesting one. Okay, fair play. And then he can replay the Radiant Fountain. Gain an extra 2. Sure. That's annoying. Attack our opponent all the way down to 1. At like to hold up to side for Dryad of Elysian Grove, but just having a creature which is big enough to block Primeval Titan here is pretty good. Putting my opponent to 1 is pretty good. Just 2 copies of Radiant Fountain. There's that much Paris running about, apparently. I haven't versed it in like 3 or 4 leagues, but apparently it's still warranted, all the Radiant Fountains. Sure, I would love to block that, opponent. I would love to block that. Almost just punish because my opponent had the Dryad again. If they play a land here, we're just dead. Dead to Valakut triggers. There it is. Alright. Opponent is too skilled for us. We could have held up to side there, but then like we can't really attack well. I guess the play was hold up to side. Finally hitting our 3rd land drop there, man. That land drop and curving out would have made such a difference then. That's pretty feels bad. So like, there if Spirit Link, if All That Glitters was Spirit Mantle, we would have the protection from creatures. We might have missed out on like 4 or 5 points of damage in our attacks throughout the course of the game. We would have been able to hold up to side though,